Hi, my name is Mikaela, and I'm here to present our stats project, which is titled Stereotypes of Doctor-Nurse Communication. So basically what we want to find out, is there truly a stereotype about doctors and nurses communicating ineffectively? It is very important in hospitals, especially for nurses and doctors to communicate well in order to improve patient outcomes. If they don't communicate, it really does affect, you know, how a patient gets taken care of, how things get done, the timeliness of things. It's very, very important in everyday hospital life and taking care of people. Um, we really wanted just to find out, is this truly a stereotype, or is this based on truth? In order to assess this, we did send out a survey to a bunch of different nurses at Unity Point Health St. Luke's here in Sioux City, to a bunch of they're all from different units with different specialties, and they were each asked two questions. One of them was, as a nurse, do you feel that you can effectively communicate with doctors in order to care and advocate for your patients? And with a yes or no option. And then they were sent a second question, and within that survey there was a second question that had the question of, how long have you been a nurse? And the options of 0 to 2 years, 2 to 6 years, 6 to 10 years, and then 10 and above, to kind of determine, maybe confidence was a reason that they felt that they couldn't communicate, because it is scary to, communicate with doctors as a brand new nurse maybe. This could be repeated very easily to other hospitals and organizations. Many probably do need this information to see if their doctors and nurses are communicating, so that they can find out, how can they improve patient outcomes, how can they improve the stay, how can they care for people better. Our study included two variables. One was who answered the yes or no option, and then also the years that they selected, and both of them are categorical. To analyze this, we did use the graphs provided by the survey service that I used, which we can show pictures of. And then we also used the multiple means applet, and we found, we found our null distribution, our standard deviations, our MAD statistics. We found all of those things in order to analyze, what happened. We were unable to use theory-based because we did not meet validity conditions.
Here we go, the moment you've been waiting for, the results of our project. So to reiterate, as a nurse, do you feel that you can effectively communicate with doctors in order to care and advocate for your patients? We had a small sample size of 31, but 27 said yes. That's an 87.1% clip, whereas 4 said no, so that's a 12.9% clip. And age did play a factor, so we got samples from nurses that have worked 0 to 2 years. We had 12 responses there, so that's 38.71% clip. We had nurses from 2 to 6 years, 11 responses there, 35.48%. And then we had nurses that have worked 6 to 10 years and then over 10 years, 4 responses each there, so that is 12.9% respectively. So moving on to our observed MAD statistic, we had 2.037 in the original study and then a p-value of 0.2723. But if we were to make it like a long run proportion type of deal, out of 1,000 shuffles, a count of 320 would have had a MAD statistic of 0.26 and a large p-value of 0.8913. So really, we don't have strong evidence with this, but those are the results.
Now that you've seen our results and our graphs, we can now answer the research question, which was, do nurses feel like they could effectively communicate with doctors in the hospital setting? Our answer is yes. 87.1% said that they felt like they could. And our next question that we kind of pondered if they felt like they couldn't was, maybe years of experience had to do or hindered their ability to communicate with a doctor. However, most of the nurses that we surveyed, 74.12%, in fact, had 0 to 6 years of experience, which wasn't very much, and we concluded that it didn't play a huge role in communicating with doctors. A huge limitation, I think, to our study was that we could only reach out to 31 people and to only St. Luke's Hospital. However, we could be more confident in this study and get a better understanding if we spread this out throughout Iowa and to many more hospitals other than St. Luke's and Unity Health. So thank you for watching, and you can see our sources next.